On behalf of the leadership of the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Coalition, I wish to thank the Almighty God for the favor of life itself and for good health. I thank Him for bringing us together today at this venue of culture and of history. I greet you warmly and extend our goodwill on behalf of the Kenyan people. And we want to also take this time to thank His Excellency retired President of Nigeria, His Excellency Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, for accepting to undertake the onerous task of facilitating dialogue between our coalition and our sisters in Kenya, brothers and sisters in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. In taking up this challenge, His Excellency Obasanjo has upheld a timeless African tradition that when a neighbor's house is on fire, you fetch water and help put out the fire. We also extend our gratitude to Kenyans and other concerned friends of Kenya who have worked behind the scenes to bring us to this point of exploring ways and means to common ground and a just outcome to the challenges facing our nation. I also want to take this opportunity to appreciate the leadership of both coalitions, Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, and for their support in ensuring that this initiative gets underway. We also want to take a cognizance of fact that the bipartisan teams did some wonderful work. They tried the best they could. And we think that as we appreciate them, we do not want to throw out everything that they have done because they did cover some useful ground. We are therefore gathered here in this place, the Bomas of Kenya, not only as a place of cultural homage, but even more importantly, as a place of memory for the struggle for meaningful change in our country. Bomas is the birthplace of our most important document, the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Bomas is therefore the Kenyan equivalent, if you like, of the United States of America's National Constitution Center or Independence Hall in Philadelphia. Bomas can also be equated to the House of the History of the Federal Republic of Germany. We debated and laid the foundation for our constitution at this very place. It is at Bomas that Kenyans from all over the nation held a national process, which we all refer to as a Bomas Conference, to configure one of the most progressive and liberal constitutions anywhere in the world. For the first time, the nation held the most consultative conference to determine their own destiny. This place is also a place of sacrifice, of compromise, and rebirth in the interest of our nation. For example, Dr. Crispin Odhiambo, the chairperson of the Devolution Committee, was assassinated for his commitment and work on the devolved system of governance in the constitution-making process. But his vision lives in our 47 counties that power our nation today. It's so nice that one of the 47 governors is sitting to my left, a product of the work of Dr. Crispin Odhiambo. Fellow Kenyans, as a coalition, we are committed to the search for justice, for unity, for peace, and prosperity for our country, in accordance with the ethos, the values, the principles, and provisions of our Constitution. As leader of our delegation, and on behalf of our coalition, I believe Kenya Kwanza does so, or does too. I believe that although we have been seconded here by our parties, we are here for our nation, first and foremost. Dialogue, peace, stability, and prosperity in whose name we gather here are not party issues. These are Kenyan issues. These are aspirations as the people of Kenya. These issues should unite and never divide us. I therefore wish to appeal to this gathering not to assemble in vain. I appeal to all of us to commit that we shall not let our people down and that we shall put our people's interests first. As a coalition and the interests of the nation, we therefore commit that we shall, number one, negotiate in good faith and genuinely seek a just outcome for all Kenyans. Secondly, seek solutions that address the rights and interests of all Kenyans now and in the future. And thirdly, uphold and promote integrity, transparency, and accountability throughout the dialogue process. And number four, ensure respect for the Constitution and the rule of law. Number five, we undertake to regularly and honestly update the people of Kenya on the developments throughout this process. And at number six, respect and uphold the dignity of all our participants and Kenyans in the dialogue. We shall not negotiate, and this is important for us, for any form of power sharing with the Kenya Kwanza Alliance or put any personal interest ahead of the interests of our people. Fellow Kenyans, we ask for your continued prayers and support so that we may find a lasting solution to the challenges that bedevil our nation. May God bless Kenya. Asanteni sana. So we have had our first sitting. Honorable Kimani to arrive from an up-country trip. And while he was away, I'm sure you saw Governor Cecily Barire stepping in for him. This first meeting has been cordial. This first meeting has been important. And we have agreed on the way forward, namely that we've agreed to set up, there'll be two technical teams on both sides, with a rapporteur on both sides. And we have agreed that the speakers of parliament will provide the answered reporters. We thought that is very important because subsequently we expect there will be documents generated and they will require presentation perhaps on the floor of both houses. And so, but that was an important thing. We are generally in agreement with the agenda items, but we have to agree on how we frame the agenda because the two sides have the different agenda items. But more importantly, I've said we are going to work as a team. We are here not because of our political party backgrounds, but because we are national leaders. We are leaders, some of you in parliament, some of us out of parliament. And the fact that this is a process which has taken over from the bipartisan talks, we pay tribute to the leaders who started and came up with a framework document, which we are happily adopting with some amendments as we go forward, particularly on the issue of the quorum and other issues. And so there are matters that will need consultation in the next 1 or 2 days. We think that the technical teams should sit by Friday and generate the necessary documents so that on Monday we get moving. We realize that time is extremely of the essence, and no leader here, I think, has taken it for granted that they are just here. We have, I think even at this initial sitting, had a demonstration of very good faith and a meeting of the minds. And so one of the things we are saying is the committee members will not go out there over the weekend or whatever and begin to discuss matters that are strictly within the province of these negotiations. So you're really going to see a lot of good order from these leaders who are here. We have committed ourselves to that so that we can deliver for this country and deliver justice for our people. Kimani.
We have held a very successful meeting this morning, and as indicated, we have agreed that we will begin the dialogue process once we frame the agenda items, and I think we should be ready with that by Monday. As agreed, we will have the secretariat that will be supported by Parliament for secretarial services. We also have technical committees backing up each of our teams and rapporteurs on either side. And we have indicated also that we will be engaging on the basis of mutual respect, all in the interest of our nation and not in any private interest or any personal interests, but everything that we shall engage on will be for the benefit of the country and the people of this great country. We, together as leaders from both sides, have agreed that we don't have the luxury of failing. We cannot afford to fail in this process. And as much as I appreciate we have heavy issues before us, we know we will agree. We may disagree on some, but we all engage in good faith and with mutual respect for each other and for Kenyans and in the best interest of the country. And I don't think I have anything more important to add other than what has already been said. Asanteni.